Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. I'm Priscilla and Heather today with our lovely Diana Boles.
Howdy.
Thank you for being here, Diane. I'm so happy to have you here tonight.
Thank you for the invite.
You bet. Hey, Teresa and Teresa.
Right.
It's double Teresa time.
Yeah.
That's
There we
great.
go.
I love it.
Capital and little T's.
Come around this side. My little dog is, of course, trying to climb on my lap.
Aw.
From under the table. That doesn't work, even if you only weigh 10 pounds. Come on.
How much does Xena weigh now?
About 8, maybe.
Oh, hello there.
This
What's
is
her name?
Grizzly.
Hi, Grizzly. Pretty grizzly looking, yes.
Yeah, now especially, and he just turned 8. His birthday is June 13th. And Gloria's about to be 14, and her
That's going to be 10 on the 26th.
Yeah, and her birthday is October 6th. So I have a Libra and a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. I don't know what the bird is, but she came with the name Groucho, if that's any indication.
That's cute. That's cute.
Birds can live a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. She was 12 when I got her, and I've had her since 20. I guess it was late in the summer on 2015, or early in the summer 2015.
Wow, she's getting up there.
Yeah, so and she's
almost 10.
She had a hard, like, I'm her 4th owner.
Oh.
And the people that I adopted her from kept her in a cage. She's an Amazon, so they don't need a big cage.
Yeah, they're not that big.
And they had her in a big, huge macaw cage. And then that was right next to the television. And above her was a smaller cage with lovebirds or something in it. This woman had birds all over the place, cats all over the place, a couple of dogs, and it was a double wide.
Oh, my goodness.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
So when I adopted Groucho, she came with a rah, 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 rah attitude. And it's taken a while, but she sure does love freedom. And because I let her out, and the years that she lived with that woman, she never got out. She was always afraid that something was going to hurt the bird. And they never covered her.
In the house.
Right.
Imagine.
I believe in covering them. I used to rescue raptors, and what a bird can't see ain't there.
Right.
And so there's nothing to scare her, and they're safe from a draft. Now, okay, she's not a parakeet. She has feathers. She'll be protected. However, when it's time to silence them, put a tarp over them.
That's what
they're happier for it. They really are.
It's like a dog getting used to a kennel.
Yes,
right. Sassy's home. She loves it. She doesn't think of it as being a bad place.
Not at all.
They're
right. They're denning animals to begin with. Mm-hmm. And so they like tiny little places. Can't find Grizzly, go look under pillows or under the blanket, because that's where he is. It's not necessarily because he's cold. It's just because he likes to get in those little tiny places. So when she kept saying, I want to play the wheel, which she still says to this day. And I gave her Wheel of Fortune. I gave her all kinds of stuff to, like she was next to the television. Are you wanting to play the Wheel of Fortune, right?
Yeah.
So, it dawned on me that I got her from a school bus driver who got her from a school bus driver who got her from a school bus driver.
Oh, wow.
What she wants and what she wants.
Talking about her great parrot, for those of you that have just arrived.
Yeah, well, what she wants is the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Oh, no.
Round and round. And being a school teacher, I know every verse.
Oh,
and her favorite verse, so the woman I got her from, or whomever, must have known all the verses as well. And of course, she gets to the one that the daddies on the bus say, here we go, that's her favorite line. And that's when she goes, here we go, daddy, here we go.
That's hilarious.
Right. And that was the first time I realized, oh my gosh, she doesn't always talk under her breath like Popeye the Sailor Man in the cartoons from the 30s, you know?
That's hilarious. And you've
Yeah.
had her 9 years, is that right?
Yeah, and that's hard to believe, but yeah, that's what it is, because I can't believe that this is my fifth anniversary coming up for this house already.
Wow.
Because I closed in August in 2019. That's 5 years.
Right before the big C.
Exactly. So you move to
Thank God you had it.
in the country where there's very few people,
Yeah.
and you can't go make friends because we're in shutdown. Which was really probably what I needed anyway. Go take a nap.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, Diane G. and Laura Hammond and Mary Ellen and Bora Bora.
Or yeah, everybody. Howdy.
Laurie Hunsinger. We didn't really have too much planned today. Joyful Journey. Diane G. and the Teresas. I love it. Thanks, you guys. Lovely to
Right?
see everybody here at 8 o'clock Eastern. We didn't know if we'd have an audience or not. And I don't know if you realize it, but Heather and I are actually in the same room for the first time in
I can touch her.
almost, do you realize 11 months?
I was just
For a
gonna
long
say it's a
time.
year, isn't it?
It's been 11 months. She moved last August, and so she's come up to Fort Collins for the weekend. So we've been out playing.
I bet.
Yeah, it's been fun. We'll go play tomorrow too.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
So anyway, we thought we would talk a little bit about what's going on in the skies. And if you guys have any questions or, I don't know, want to talk about anything in particular, let us know. Because chat is highly encouraged. But you have to put it in all caps for the Crone's eyes.
Yeah. That way we can find them.
For the crumbs, right?
For the Crone eyes, so we can see it in the
Yeah.
chat.
So,
We
have,
just had that new moon yesterday. And from what I understand, how long does new moon energy
well,
last?
it's still in Cancer. How you're not going to shake it, it's still in Cancer. But now, instead of being in its Kazami with the sun, it's ahead of the sun. Because the sun moves a degree a day, but the moon moves, like he's at 27 degrees right now. That's 10 degrees more, actually 13 degrees more than he was yesterday at the Kazami, right? At the time of the full moon. And at 27 degrees, well, probably by midnight, he's going to be in Leo.
Right.
And then he's going to move quickly through Leo, and he's going to kiss on Mercury. Mercury is at, now how can I lose Mercury, right? Mercury is at 7 degrees, so it's not going to take him long to move those 10 degrees to get over to where Mercury is at 7 degrees. And Mercury is going to clip through Virgo. Through
Mercury. What does that mean? Mercury.
Well, we pay a lot of attention to the Kazami between the sun and a planet, but planets have their own Kazami when they are exactly conjunct. That's
right.
That they're kissing. And so the moon is going to have that in Leo with Mercury, calming the temperament down a little bit for Leo. So wherever Leo is in your chart, and if you have anything at 7 degrees Leo, Mercury is sitting there, and pretty much he's going to light up anything at 7 degrees in your chart.
Right.
Because it's going to be giving you a trine, a square, a half square, a square and a half, a sextile, a quincunx, an opposition, a conjunction. So, he's got a lot to do, and it's that way with every planet.
Right.
When they hit a degree, that degree has a point in every house in your chart.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, Grizzly, if you don't have anything in that house, then that aspect, that transiting, has carte blanche in that house.
How long is it between each Kazemi?
First of all, that depends on the planet, because each planet travels around the sun at a different rate. It takes Neptune 164 years, but it takes Mercury 88 days. That's a big difference. That's why we call Pluto and Neptune and Uranus.
That's hers, not the sun.
I'm just waiting for Sassy to do it. Like, who's
Bark
that dog?
back.
Oh no, she hit the wrong button. Oops.
There we are.
You're muted. I can't unmute. There you
Both
go.
of them are barking. It's my turn to talk and they want to join in. Anyways, a Kazami just depends on the speed of the planet and where the conjunction is. And when it is going to be in the same sign that the sun is in, that's when it has a Kazami. Now, we had Mercury had one, and then Venus had one right after that with the sun in Cancer. Now, Venus is at 24 degrees of Cancer, so she's moving kind of fast, but she's still in Cancer. Look, we've got Mercury in Leo already, and before too long, he's going to be at 4 degrees of Virgo on August 5th, while the sun is still way back there in Leo. So he's skating ahead. But next week, what's important about Mercury right now is because what's our magic word with Mercury? Retrograde. And everybody goes, don't go like that. It just means measure twice, cut once, which you should be doing anyway, right?
True enough.
Exactly.
That's true.
So-
Let's just double check everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Mercury goes into Virgo. He'll be at 4 degrees of Virgo and stationed to go retrograde on August 5th. But next week, he enters the shadow phase. So this is a time where you should really pay attention. What do you see that's broken? What do you see that needs to be fixed? What do you see that just needs to be thrown out? What do you see that is working for you?
Yeah.
But could use a little new button sewn on, or a hem stitch here, or something, or nothing, just laundry or nothing. So as it goes
Valerie B
over,
is in the room.
I'm sorry.
Valerie B is in the room.
Hey.
Illumination Portal. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi,
White
girlfriend.
Dragon. Hey,
Hi,
Jay
White
Marcus.
Dragon.
Hi, you guys.
Hey, how you doing, Paul? So as Mercury goes,
I love how Paul calls you Lady Diana.
I do, because my husband used to
Where's
call
those
her Lady Di, because she just married Philip when he and I got married.
Right. I love it.
Yeah. Philip, did I say Philip? What's his name? Is that his name? That's how
No,
much I pay attention
Charles.
to that, right? Anyway, so on August 5th, when he stations to go retrograde, everything that he's going over right now is what he's going to go over again. Now, this is the time where you can really assess, what tool do I need? Can I repair it this time round?
Right.
Am I going to have to adjust it one more time? Because sometimes, rubber bands stretch, elastic stretches, you need to snug it up. Things could still shift. So he's going to go all the way back to where he was, which will be at 21 degrees of Leo. When on August 5th, let me get the right chart here. Is that right?
I don't know. Valerie, is she right?
No. Where did I put the August 5th chart? Oh, it's got
In your hand.
yeah, in my hand. Exactly. So he'll go all the way back to 21 degrees of Leo when he's in retrograde. So next week, when he hits that 21 degrees, that's where he is beginning his shadow phase.
Right.
And that's the 17th.
So he's because
depending
he's
on your
in
time.
shadow phase. Is that when we should be doing shadow work?
Well, exactly. And every planet does this, and that is opportunity. Okay, what's the flavor of the planet?
Mhm.
How is that planet showcased in your chart? What house is it in? What sign is it in?
Oh, hell, next time I'm going to have you use my chart.
Okay. All right. No,
Just
yeah,
as
sure.
an example.
I'd love
As
to.
long as
Because
it's not horror filled.
I'm always like, I have only got myself as an experience when I'm sitting here talking. And so I refer to me simply because
Sure.
it's my experience. And I've got, I'm not it's not because of me, I sing.
No, I know.
Anyways, so those are important things. The other thing is that while he is retrograde, we are going to have Eris, Xena. I still call her Xena because when this asteroid was discovered, the scientists that found her loved the TV show Xena.
Me too.
Well, they've since renamed her, but the energy between Eris and Xena are basically
Pretty much
the
the
same.
same.
It's right. They just changed her a little bit on the TV show to make her more palatable to the
Masses.
general net. Yeah, that primetime TV, right? But Eris, Chiron, of course, the nodes will be traveling southbound. Neptune, Saturn, Pluto, and Ceres will be all retrograde through this phase as well. And as Mercury stations to go direct on the 28th of August, they all basically, well, not the big guys, but the asteroids are basically getting ready to go direct at the same time.
Oh, that'll be good.
That's right. So that's another thing that's really important.
Will that
about
open up
this
at the end
Mercury
of August?
retrograde. Yes.
Will that open everything up at the end of August when they all go direct?
Yes.
Interesting.
It kind of sounds like we need to be double checking a lot of different things so that when they go direct, we're ready to say it's
Move. Yeah.
And you know what? The universe is giving us permission to do this right now.
Yeah.
We have Mars in Taurus and Venus in Cancer. And they're in a position where Venus is still behind the sun. The sun is hot, it's fire, but it's in water. So it's burning up the water, it's boiling it away. Mars can't move. He's in Taurus. He's not a big mover in Taurus, and he wants to take action. Taurus is an earth sign that's fixed. So now we have Mars moving, trudging, trying to do something. And Venus can't really even talk to him because she's still in Hades. She's still in the underworld. Perfect time to be doing shadow work. Then we introduce the sun and the north and south nodes. The sun has the pinnacle. It was sending a direct square to the south node and the 11th and the north node when she was at 11 degrees. That was the day before, or 2 days before the new moon. So today,
Isn't the new moon now squaring the lunar nodes?
The moon itself, the moon is now at 27 degrees, but the lunar nodes have moved to, we have the north node at 10 degrees of Aries, and the south node is at 10 degrees of Libra. So what we see going here is the sun is going forward. The nodes always move in what we call retrograde, which is clockwise. The planets go counterclockwise. The south node is getting closer to the sun. When the sun enters Libra, she's going to conjunct the south node. Right. And that is going to really light up what no longer serves your purpose.
Right.
And then the sun is going to be opposite the north node. And we've kind of gone through this before with other planets. When she's opposite the way to go forward, that's like lighting up the path.
Right.
So it is when we get into the sign of Libra and we are having this balance because it's the sign of Libra and law, we will all feel more comfortable in being able to have some ballast where we know there's a steadiness, where we can create our own steadiness in spite of whatever anybody else is.
Yeah, that's exactly what everything I was reading today about it. It
Yeah.
was like, okay, we all know that new moons are the beginning of the lunar cycle, and it's the time to plant seeds and set your intentions.
Yeah.
But because it's in Cancer, it's all about our emotions and self-knowledge and awareness of our core needs, tapping into our inner intuition, sifting through our emotions without judgment, so we can define what is our internal home and be happy with who we are inside, so the outside doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I got the impression from what I was reading that it's really about, it also includes doing things differently to take care of ourselves.
Exactly. And Black Moon Lilith is the gal to do it right here, what Val is saying, because she is the epitome of talk to the hand. I'm out of here. I am not going to to anybody.
She has been a little bitch in my life recently, and I'm not happy with her because I've always loved her, but I'm not happy with the way she's been doing things with me.
Well, I don't know your chart yet, but I will. Right now, she's at 10 degrees of Libra right now. But she, she moves because she is the dark side of the moon. She is the point that is the darkest point of the moon that is away from us. That's why she's like, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have White Moon Lilith, Selene. Now that's the lit side of the moon and her closest visibility to the earth.
Okay.
Right? It's Selene, but we often refer to her as White Moon Lilith.
Right. We're just talking about that she's our favorite, and that's Laurie and Valerie as well. Hi, Gigi.
Right?
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Gigi and Jenny, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while.
You. We're talking about all kinds of weird stuff in the sky going on.
Well, and because it's weird,
it just recently, the last couple of years, it just seems like every day is something different.
It is, because the big guys are in positions. Don't forget, they're slow moving.
Mm-hmm.
And the small big guy, Pluto, takes the longest. He's 240 years away. Wait till we start talking about the things that are out in the Oort cloud, which
oh my God,
we already know about, but let's try to get everybody to understand.
Understanding the asteroids, I think, is super important.
Well, to me, they're extremely important. They're the buttons on your shirt.
They really are. Yeah. They're the ones stimulating all this change going on.
Exactly.
Finally bringing in the divine feminine.
They seem to be more, we seem to be more aware of them than the big planets, because the big planets are slow moving and they're out there and they're just continuing, where these are happening.
Yeah.
Right. And in the story of astrology and how it came to be named, prior to this, it's Roman gods and Greek gods and gods that belong to other, patriarchal societies.
Exactly.
Where men were the only ones. Now, that's not true, because in Plato's time, women were studying astrology as well. But by the time of the kings, anyway.
I don't know. I just say, excuse me, but I'm calling them the bitches, these asteroids, and it's about time they showed up and changed this world. And
that's
I'm really happy to see them.
As bitches, what do? We change our sheets, right?
Yeah. I'm glad they're being recognized as being influences.
Mm-hmm.
They are, and being named for other cultures, and and in so doing, it becomes ever so amazing how, like in the story of Sedna, Well, Sedna is an Inuit goddess, and
Yes.
she gets all cut up by her dad and sacrificed by everything
And
that her dad
patriarchy. I'm telling you, cutting your
Well,
daughter's hands off to save
but-
your own life.
She's also in Women Who Run with the Wolves. So Chrysilla talked about her already way back when in the story of I don't know, it's one of the Baba Yaga stories, you know, it's one of the
Baba Yaga.
one of the old Russian stories where the dad, you know, basically drowns her, gets rid of her. And it's basically the same story. So it's amazing to realize there's a whole lot more to this than we know. Bring us to Lemuria and the Palladians and Orion's belt and all of this other business, because they all have the same stories. If they all have the same stories and everybody's got a Noah's flood legend, where is our starseed? Where is our real beginning? Ahura Mazda, the giants who fell from the sky, right? And that was the beginning of Zoroastrianism. The angels who fell from the sky that were the giants that mated with the female entity down here. Yeah.
The Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki. So there's just so much that we don't know.
There is.
And the truth is hidden under a dome in Rome.
Under the dome in Rome.
Because they didn't
much is in
they
there.
didn't get rid of those
They
bits.
didn't let anybody see them.
That's right. They just hid it all. They just hid it all.
And still are.
Yes.
Vestiges.
Well, I'm looking at this. I'm not sure I like how I left the white right here, but
I think it's kind of cute. I like
do.
it. It's different.
once I wash it, that'll turn blue.
One moment for the chimes.
Yeah, for the clock.
Yeah, I don't want to stop you if you're talking, because it's not annoying to me, but I live with it.
I like it. I think it sounds
It's
good.
fine. It's just, we just won't talk when it's doing.
No problem.
Not an issue.
Well, it's a good moment to go inside and examine a piece of your shadow.
It'll take me more than a moment, honey.
So back to the nodes, what I was saying about that sun getting closer to the south node.
Yeah.
Where are your nodes? How does that affect? How are you being affected by your nodes right now? They're important, and astrologers don't always put enough emphasis on them.
Look at this. Somebody thinks your hair looks good in blue.
I love it blue. I love it purple, but right now it's make it emphatic. Vote Democratic.
I like it.
Two tones is great.
Yeah.
I like the.
I have a lot of two tones. Is great.
Yeah, I do too, really.
Okay, my north node is in Aquarius in the 10th house, and my south node is in Leo in the 4th house.
Okay.
Whatever that means. I have no idea.
So Aquarius and Leo. What's going on in Aquarius? What degree?
Let me look. I don't know. Degree.
Well, it should be right where your node is on the chart. It should be the
I
digits.
wasn't looking at the chart.
I wasn't looking at the chart.
I think it's 18 degrees.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay.
18 degrees Aquarius.
Okay.
And
So
18 degrees Leo.
Libra and Aries have already lit up at that degree, your 18 degrees, right?
Mhm.
So now you're it's not making a solid, heavy aspect, right? But Pluto is doing his cha-cha in Aquarius. Now it's going to be a while till he gets there. But this cha-cha, once he just enters the door, you're going to feel different. You're going to come up with, we're all going to have more innovation because
Aquarius.
Yes. And what else do you have in Aquarius besides that may be
That's
close.
literally the only thing I have in Aquarius.
Okay. So your South Node is going to be very important through that time.
Mhm.
You know, so you're looking at the next
And
20
what
years.
is the South Node? It's about
What you need to
Karma.
let
what you need to
go
get
of.
rid of. Okay.
Past lives, what no longer serves your purpose in this life. It is akin to Chiron when you think about Chiron being the wounded warrior and his and our childhood woundings and our woundings from our past life. Now, your rising sign is the moment you take that first breath and get that spank on the butt and open
Uh-huh.
your eyes and let out the scream. That's what they write down on your birth certificate. That's your rising sign. Our rising signs are how we are in intimate relationships with people. When we can let our hair down, when we feel comfortable enough to let our moon rip if it's having an emotional moment. Now, as human beings, we're here to be our highest self, right?
Yep.
What's your rising sign? That's
Cars.
the best of Taurus makes the rest of you the best you can be. Because if you are doing the best of your rising sign, cognizant of it, so it's second nature to you, the rest of the things begin to fall into place for your soul, for
Right.
your ascension, right? Now, when you get into trouble, when you get that quincunx or you get a square or you get a T-square or you get a grand cross, what helps? Where's your North Node? Now, that's the vehicle that can drive you there. In my chart, it's Libra and Aries, which is an easy thing to talk about right now because that's where it is in the sky.
Okay, you can talk about it.
Okay, so my North Node in Aries is about delegate.
Right.
Because it's the I am sign. It can't do anything on its own. It has to delegate things out, signals to the hands, to the feet, to the legs, to the heart, to the kidneys, to the spleen. It has to delegate. It can't do that stuff without the rest of the body. And so in Aries, you can be a bitch or you can delegate with decorum. And people respect you for it.
Exactly.
So what's the flavor of the house you're in? Well, guess what? With a Libra rising sign, that means Libra's in my first house, balancing out my Aries anyway. And my Aries is in the 7th house.
Wow.
So this was a big, this whole time of getting moved out of Virginia, knowing the end was there, getting here, getting settled, and now being able to open up when at a time when everything is lining up
Right.
with my rising sign, because my rising sign is Libra, and Libra, the South Node, has basically already gone over it. But it's still in the house, and for me, it's there by itself because that's all I got in the first house. Is my rising sign, and it's not even in the house. It sets the cusp for where the house begins.
Mm-hmm. So. Interesting. Hey, Silver Star Priestess. Thank you, MJ.
She does, doesn't she? 10 years younger. Good.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So, okay, we've got the new moon square in the nodes, in the new moon conjunct Venus, trine Saturn, sextile Mars. What else do we need to know, Miss Diana?
Well, another important fact is Sedna trining Pluto through all of this, because Sedna, like Pluto, takes forever to move, right?
Okay.
Now she's going to be in Gemini for 20 years. For 20 years. Pluto's going to be.
You haven't seen it yet. It hasn't flown in front of the camera.
We've got a fly going back and forth and back and forth.
Oh, I could talk to you about raising alcoholic fruit flies right now. Let me tell you.
Oh no,
no. The only way to kill them and get rid of them is waste the good wine that I have for company, right?
Right. We don't want to do that. No wasting the good stuff. Well,
Right.
thank you, Valerie.
Well, thanks.
She says we all look very bright and beautiful tonight.
Oh, thank you. So we have Pluto, who takes 20 years through a sign.
Right.
And even though he's retrograde and even though he's dipping his toe in Capricorn, he is still going to be in a trine with Sedna.
Right.
And it takes Sedna 40 years to go through a sign. So this cha-cha is going to be going on till 2036 and has been going on since 2018.
Right.
Okay. Now we have Pluto still sitting at 1 degree of Aquarius and 14 minutes. Soon he'll be at 0, 0. When he's at 0, 0, he's going to be in an exact trine with Sedna because she's at 0, 0 of
Right.
Gemini. And even when he steps into Aquarius, they're still going to be in orb because she ain't moving at 0, 0 until I don't think she moves from 0, 0 till January. Don't quote me on that. Those notes are in another room. Anyway, it's going to be a while. And he moves slow. She moves even slower. So their cha-cha is going to keep going.
And what kind of influence is their cha-cha going to have on all of us?
Think of your kidneys.
Right.
Okay. Sedna is all about water because Sedna became Queen of the Sea.
Right.
Okay. And her fingers, some legends say also her feet, became the appendages. I mean, her appendages were cut off, that they became the critters
Creatures of the
and
sea.
creatures of the sea.
Nodes do go change in January or move in January. I mean,
The nodes do, yes.
yeah.
Pluto will be back in Aquarius then, but Pluto is the fire. Pluto is the fire of our kidneys. She's the water, he's the boiler. Two kidneys have different functions and they work together, right? And you need the water and the fire in order to get it going. So when this is them getting revved up. This is us getting angry. This is us eliminating. What do your kidneys do? They help to balance everything else in your body.
Get rid of toxins.
Right? The mind cannot live without the heart. The heart cannot live without the mind, but neither one of them can function and without the kidneys.
That's
Nothing can function without the kidneys. Yet you can keep the rest of the body alive. If the kidneys are still functioning and the
True.
brain and the heart goes, they plug things in, I mean,
Way too much.
yeah.
Exactly, Valerie. Remove toxins. The liver and the kidneys are probably the two biggest.
Right. And everything goes through your liver and everything helps you eliminate. Your spleen is big, but we can live without it. But you have to be careful of a lot of things if you are unfortunate enough to lose your spleen. So in that cha-cha between them, it is about paying attention to what rattles your cage. What makes
Anything
you
that pisses you off that you need to work on.
yeah, right.
You need to recognize that you need to work on it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And it will help. It's beautiful trine because he's in Aquarius and it's all about community, and she's in Gemini, which is all about let's get this story straight. And in a trine, that is a support system.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and other planets will be waltzing through. Mercury, of course, will go through there like he always does and, blast his way through. And so when he does, you'll have amped up movement. And Jupiter being in Gemini, there's some amped up movement right now anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are the main things we need to know about this time between the new moon and the full moon? Working on our emotional states, right?
And this is Val and I talked about this a lot yesterday, and it's the truth. Right now, the Earth is giving us permission to take a fucking break. Excuse my French. Take a break. And I have so many crazy stories about the earth telling me and Gaia telling me and my guides telling me, we told you to stay home. Like the day my radiator blew up right after I finally got the rear window put in my car so I could drive it because I was a week without a window. And then I had just taken it out. Thank God I was a block away from home when the radiator blew. And then I was 3 weeks without a car. We told you to stay home. You didn't. Now we're going to make sure you
We're
stay
going to make
home.
sure you stay home.
They did the same thing. The windshield, the front windshield went on in bulk of all times, right? It cracked. So
Wow.
my freebie through the car insurance gave me the front window, but the one that happened in April with the rear window, I had to take care of myself. Then I had to take care of the radiator.
Right.
So it's and yesterday I tried to walk the dogs twice and failed both times. First time Angela and I were on with Sherry Voices from the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I bolted out of the house to go get them. I mean, to take them for a quick walk before I had a show with Valerie. Well, I got to the gas station because I was on empty and I didn't have my purse. So I had to come home. Then I didn't have time to go back out and try to do this. So I came home, did the show with Valerie, bolted out of the house with my purse to go walk the dogs before dark. And lo and behold, the skies opened up.
Oh, no.
And the windshield wipers were going so fast that the car was rocking. The wind was blowing. The trees were bending. The sheets of water were coming. And there was no place to turn around. It was better to keep going the 7 miles into Fenton and stop there than to try to turn around in this deliberate weather. So I didn't get the dog's walk yesterday. But they got it made up to them today.
Let me just say hi to Sun Psychic Jean. Hi, Miss Jean. Welcome.
Hypnicity.
Welcome.
Oh, yeah. Plus, I had a reading with Hypnicity yesterday.
Teelan has a question, I think.
Sure.
But as far as slowing down and taking care of yourself, I've been getting that message for months.
Yes.
Particularly since I've been here on hold. I truly feel it.
Well, even before you left the Keys.
Yeah.
You know, we've been on hold. And they told me to stay home a long time ago.
Diane G says the universe is being loud. It certainly is. Okay, let me see what Teelan says here.
Yeah.
Does this have any effect on how strongly guides or loved ones are able to come through? Previously strong presence of mom, lately more so my dad. Unbelievably strong angelic presence the past few days.
And don't you feel it? I mean, you've answered your own question. Yes, that's exactly what it's about. We have gotten so caught up in listening to everybody else's rhetoric, we've stopped listening to our own.
And I can't tell you how often I have heard my name said. I actually heard it being said, whether it was in my button, but it was my name, and I'm going, huh? You know.
Yeah. And oh my gosh.
Even last night.
The side view shadow people walking.
I see them all the time.
Right? And I am on Native American land. This was a reservation. During the Ice Age, they lived right here.
Wow. Yeah. That's very cool.
So it was it was ongoing till this became a township in 1863 at the end of the Civil War.
Especially in Cancer season, we're more psychically connected.
Cancer, Pisces, all the water signs really like, and if whatever you have in the 8th house, whatever you have in a water sign will also.
Scorpio sun, hello.
Yeah. My 8th house is
Pisces.
My 8th house is strong with stuff.
Okay, I'm going to show. I start a couple of things. They're comments and questions. Why
Okay.
Dragon says I was told to slow down. I said no. So they sent 4 big buggy T's I call clickers to slow me down. Well,
There
there
you go.
the universe. Hello.
That's telling you, hey, we meant it.
Yeah. I've been drawing hermit cards, says Diane G, for a while, and no wait, postpone oracle card. The message is, it is, we're all supposed to stay here and or take care of ourselves, do our inner work, and let these energies we're being bombarded with
Work.
integrate. We have
Right.
to integrate all these energies that are coming at us, and we can't do it if we're running around with like chickens with our heads cut off.
That's right. And we're in the dog days of summer anyway. Who
Yeah.
wants to move fast? We can't. I mean, I feel I'm lucky because I'm retired, so I feel bad for those who have to get out there, you know. What a marvelous night for a moon dance.
And Silver Star Priestess says, I've been receiving the same message for a while. Stay home and rest well. You're not going anywhere, so just enjoy it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're going to be
While
here.
you can, yeah. While
Take
you,
it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
oh, did you go Hypnicity? Rick, oh, I envy her because Rick Levine is my favorite astrologer. He's my professor. He talks like I talk, so it's real easy for me to understand everything he says. And
I watch him too.
right, and he does a live on Friday nights at Cap. What's the name of the place? That coffee house in Washington, which is just down the street from where Hip
Oh,
lives.
how fun. And let's see what T-Lyn says. I meant in regards to planet alignments. Had orbs like fireflies show up 2 nights ago when she was praying to Archangel Michael and Raphael. Never happened before. Yeah, I think it's because of the sky.
Yep.
The sky and the veil is thin. The veil never, since Halloween last year when we were all, yay, the veil's thin. It's never really closed. The portals have remained open. I think Allie and Val said yesterday and brought it up, which we've all brought it up many times. We are seeing things happen that we've never seen in our lifetime because we're talking about planets that take 250 years to move around the sun.
Okay. White Dragon says, and turn off the news and TV. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Especially anything Trump. Oh, absolutely.
And
I
then
mean, they're just saying the same crap over and over again.
My guys have been telling me, turn
Right.
off the TV. I can't even tune into Midas Touch without getting pissed off or upset.
They
30 seconds.
the political things, we see it as political, we shut it
Yep.
off.
I'm telling you, they've ruined their channel
Mhm.
because now they're all about the hype as well.
Yeah,
And the hype
exactly. I feel the
is
same.
exactly what they were working against, and now they're the hype.
Now they're doing the same damn thing.
Yeah. And you know, I have
Smart.
the YouTube subscription, so
Mhm.
I don't have to watch any commercials
Me too.
except on them because they have their
Because
own
they do
content.
it. Yeah.
So they've ruined their station. They had a good thing going, and now it's just big business.
Yeah. When I see them start acting like the people they're talking about, it's kind of sad.
I
Being-
might listen for 10 minutes. I'll read the headlines because then I don't have
That's
to
what I
listen.
do. I read the headlines and I know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the old newspapers. Remember
Oh, they say we're done.
when we were in 7th grade? That's what we were learning, how a newspaper works. You set it up. The whole story is in the first 3 sentences, and if they don't have time to read the first 3 sentences, the headlines should do it.
The headlines do for me.
Yeah,
On
T.
page
I
9.
agree, T-Lyn.
I agree too.
Can't watch
Absolutely.
news anymore. 24-hour hate and fear mongering. I just scan headlines for anything and may exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I
Exactly.
do.
We know what's going on. We're leaving.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What cool dragon? What
What
is
about fixing violins?
Yeah, he's been watching.
YouTube. Well, I don't know what luthiers it is. I'm sure.
Oh, I need to get my violin fixed, boy. I have my great-grandfather's violin.
Yeah.
And there's a little paper label inside
Yeah.
with a pencil signature of the creator.
Wow, that's
Cool.
fun.
And you can still read it. And I'm just so afraid that that label's going to be lost, but I need to take it to a luthier. And what station, I suppose on YouTube, all we got to do is say luthiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even try to play mine anymore. Can't hear the notes.
Oh,
You can't?
going.
I
deaf
have
to
hearing
deaf.
aids in both ears, and there are times when it sounds like if I'm listening to music, sometimes I feel like there's two keys playing at the same time. So no, I can't play the violin anymore.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's just
Oh,
happens, you know.
girls just
And
want
it's-
to have fun.
Exactly. Well, I have a piano. It's electronic. It's
so
never
it's-
supposed to go out of tune, but there are days it feels like I'm playing it way out of tune. What?
But you can play the piano and you still are able to hear the piano?
Yeah, because you know the keys are right if you've got the keys right.
Yeah.
But there are
And-
some days I don't want to hear what's being played.
Is-
Because it's
is-
not me. It's because my ears aren't hearing it right.
This
so
is
are
a-
the higher keys harder than the lower keys?
It depends on the ear. One ear hears the lower, and the other ear hears the top.
It's like your eyes.
Yeah. So it's
But Missy says she takes her hearing aids out when she's listening to them live. Does that work?
only if
tried
it's
that?
loud enough. And if it's that loud in my apartment, I'll have complaints.
That's true. You are deficit.
Well, as long as it's not Ozzy Osbourne screaming, get on
Yeah,
the
I don't
crazy
think she
train.
doesn't have any Aussie music.
No. Now, I have gotten into watching, there's a group on YouTube that I really love them. And their harmonies are good enough and true enough that so far I haven't heard them being distorted in my ears
Oh, that's cool.
because they're
And
right
what is
on
their, what are
pitch.
their names?
Mezzo of Kazakhstan. Mezzo of Kazakhstan. But they're only on YouTube. I've tried to find them someplace else to download them. I can't. They're only on YouTube.
Spotify?
On
Have you
Spotify.
tried Spotify?
I'll try that next. But they're a European group and they've been around for a long time.
They're probably on Spotify.
I'll look for Spotify and see.
Okay,
Let
cool.
me look. I can look for you right now.
But
Because
they're-
I do Spotify.
it was just so amazing to me. I haven't had chills listening to music since my mother died. And that one song, man.
Can you spell it again, please?
MEZ as in zoo, ZO, Mezzo,
Mezzo. And
Of
the next
Kazakhstan. The country, Kazakhstan.
Spell that for me. Kazistan.
I would have to look that
got
up.
it right
There
there.
you
And there it is.
Oh, they're on Spotify.
They're on Spotify.
All right, I'm going to find them.
Other people's playlists, albums, etc., etc. Yeah, albums, Borat, cultural playlists, Kazakhstan music. So, but what you're looking for exactly is on there.
I will find Spotify.
I love Spotify. I've got lists I forgot about.
I will.
Yeah.
I will love them now. That is cool.
What is a cookie bite hearing loss hypnicity? I don't understand that.
She lost the mid range.
Okay.
Yes, we're in Colorado right now. I took her up to Horsetooth Reservoir this afternoon, Bora Bora. It was beautiful.
Awesomeness.
Yeah, the weather here is so fantastic in the summertime.
Yeah.
I like Santana anytime. It doesn't have to be on the Woodstock album.
I know it doesn't have to be the Woodstock.
Yeah, I
well,
agree.
my taste in music is eclectic. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, because there are days I can't get past Chopin's and his his viola or cello, music for cello, because that's really what I want to play is the cello. And then, of course, there's always a crazy man like Tchaikovsky, Beethoven.
I love my classical. I love my jazz. I love my rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What day is it?
Oh.
Okay, today is the John Hyatt Day. Mississippi phone booth.
There you go.
Flat back 84 Camaro. Riding up from New Orleans. Everything
that sounds
sound
cool.
about it.
Valery's 98 degrees and humid.
Oh, I'm 70.
That sounds like Key West to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Ooh, Creedence Clearwater Revival or
Oh
Stevie
my
Ray
gosh.
Vaughan.
Love them.
Right?
Love me some blues too. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. Or
Yeah,
Keb Mo.
It's all about the mood.
Yeah. And it's like at one time for music, Palisades Park. Well, that meant something special to me. I'd been there, you know.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
exist anymore, but I've been there.
Right?
I love it, Hypnicity.
What?
12 bar blues for me. I have a 67 convertible Camaro.
Oh.
I used to have one, but not a convertible. But my son has a 67 Mustang.
My
Love me
husband
some
and I
Stevie Ray
had
Vaughan
a
too, Val.
Yep.
Yeah. We had a 93 Z28 convertible the year that they came out with the fancy paint job. When you looked one way, it was purple. When you looked another way, it was teal. When you looked another way, it was blue.
Oh, cool. That's what I want my van to look like.
And
It's
I wanna-
awesome. It was an awesome
Black
paint job.
colors.
Yeah. We sold it when he died. So my son and I sold that.
White Dragon, please don't.
Oh, yeah, I do. But we won't go there.
You kind of have to.
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh, Mustang Sally. Oh, my
I
God.
think it's disintegrated.
We really did. I think oh my God, it's almost time for it to be
So-
over too.
So it's okay if we disintegrated.
Yeah, it is. We kind of, that doesn't matter. We love music, all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah.
music. It makes you happy. It raises your vibration.
Makes you
What's
laugh.
bad about music,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Diana, you're on mute again, love. But thank you so
Okay.
much for being here
Oh,
today.
you're welcome.
was
It's
I-
been
wonderful.
fun.
Yes.
And everybody in the chat, thank you guys for being here.
And
the Thunderbird,
participating.
yes. And for participating. I
Yeah.
just love it when we get to talk to the chat.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's great.
I do like this format on StreamYard where I get to watch it here, but unfortunately, I haven't learned how to hook it up so I can just answer it from here. So anytime I type into the chat, I have to do it from my phone.
From your phone. The only other way you can do it is to stream.
Yeah. If you're streaming, you can respond.
Oh, well, there we go.
But
the way I
you'll
know.
only see the ones that are on your channel.
No, I see everything.
Oh, you do?
I see all of
Oh,
yours.
great. Okay. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you
stream
can
it.
also stream it just where it's recorded, but not going to your channel, actually. But it wouldn't hurt to go to your channel.
But I only come on with an invitation. I don't have.
It doesn't matter. You can.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You
Really?
can still do it.
You can still do it.
As long as I'm on with you, I'm on.
Ask Valerie. She knows how.
Yeah.
Okay, Valerie. You got to show
Valerie
me.
will tell you.
Well, that ought to be exciting because both of us, we're all brain dead. We were all sitting here going, well, what shall we talk about tonight? You know, because
We managed.
the universe is
Managed.
telling us, take a break, man. The sun is saying, no, it's the dog days have begun. Relax.
See, I told you. Valerie said I'll show you. No problem.
No problem.
There you
But
go.
it's been great. And
Thank you
talking
so
to
much.
all of you. Thank you for being
It
here.
really is.
Yes,
Please go
thank-
like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please,
Yes,
please. And Tuesday we have another show at 8:00, and
Mhm.
it's going to be about the I am, the higher self, and
Oh.
the soul and the relationships.
Oh, I like that.
I think that's going to be fun. And then next weekend we have Juno on, and she's going to be talking. We'll be talking crystals of some sort.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what, but of course it's going to be crystals.
And of course, we'll be back to 3 screens.
Yeah, Heather will be back in Denver by Tuesday.
Well, and I still want to go back and watch your show with Jean, and who else was on that show
The
with you?
Wisdom Circle.
That was a good show.
The
Excellent.
Yeshua stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That was Jean, Psychic Jean, Joan, Wisdom Seeker Joan, Terry Suzuki, and Terry Lee from Pure Vision.
Okay.
Psychic
Oh,
Medium.
right.
That's-
Okay.
And then the two of us. So yeah, it's been fun having Heather here visiting, and I'm so
It's been
glad we got
great.
to come on the show together tonight. I mean, I was looking forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah. We have a good time laughing.
Yeah,
Right? And Yeshua has been coming in a lot for me lately. So,
me too.
you know, this is
Which
this
is new. It's
nice.
new for me.
Oh,
Yeah, it's brand new. But he doesn't come in as Yeshua. He comes in as Jesus in his flannel shirt and his Carhartts and his work
Oh.
boots.
he's Yeshua, and he's got his Mexican accent.
Yours is
Call me
Yeshua.
Jesus if you want to.
It's so funny. I love it.
Hey, I'm Zeus. Y'all got the story wrong.
Thank
He's-
you, Illumination Portal.
Thank you, Illumination Portal. That's really sweet.
Thank you.
Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your weekend.
Easy for you to say.
Go take care of yourselves and send yourselves lots of love and layer this planet with love so we can get that crystal grid really strong with all our
Yes.
love. Until next time, thank you so much for being here.
See ya.
We love you.
Namaste.